Okay, in this video we'll be taking a look at some useful tips for teachers for getting started with Google Sites. So there's a couple quick easy ways for you to get to Google Sites. One simple way would be to, in the Omnibox, the address bar, type in sites.google.com/new. It takes you to your Google Sites website here, and any site that you've ever created will show up here. If this is completely blank, that means you have not created a site yet. And to start a new site, you can go ahead and click on the Create New Site plus button right here in the bottom right corner. And once it loads up, you actually have a real website here that is currently in development. One of the first things I tell people to do first is to then give the file a title. So we'll call this our test site. Now it's been saved in my Google Drive, and I can find it under this file name, test site, in my Google Drive. So your best friend when making a Google site is over here on the right side here. This is your toolbar here. You have three main sections of your toolbar. The first part here is insert. This is how you insert content into your site. So some of the things that you'll be able to do here is you want to do some typing, insert some text. This is your best friend right here. You have images here where you can insert images in a variety of ways. You can embed things from the internet, which we'll take a look at later. Anything you have in Google Drive can be then posted or curated onto Google Sites here. You can mess around and have fun being creative with some of the different layouts of Google Sites. So I'm using the blank one right now. If you scroll down, there's even more things you can do. As far as an image carousel is a cool one. You can add table of contents, collapsible text, buttons, dividers. You can insert. We're going to show you how to insert YouTube videos, embed your calendar, maps, and any kind of Google Docs, slide sheets, forms, or even charts that you have, and they can all easily be put onto your site. You don't need to load any bit of code to create a Google site. If you can copy and paste, you can create a Google site. So if we're taking a look at our list right there, first thing here is to add a text box. So I'm going to go ahead and click here at text box, and you see a text box show up right here. Add some text. There we go. Very simple. And then I can change the size of the font here to different sizes, really small. You can make it really big, however you want to do it. You can justify it center, left, or right. You can even, just like in slides, if you highlight it or select it, you can link it to another page on your site or to another website as well. So that's what you do to insert a text box. Next thing to do is add a new page. So we go here to our toolbar over here, and we click on Pages. And any page that you have will be in hierarchical order right here, however you like to go ahead and move them around. But to add a new page, we go to the bottom here, and we'll click on New Page. There we go. Give it a title, click Done, and now you have a new page that's automatically below your home page. So the first page that you have automatically becomes your default home page. So this is a new page. If I go back to insert, anything that I could do on the home page, I can also do here as well. Another thing that you may want to take a look at here is that if I can drag and drop my pages to make it into like a drop down menu here. So if I want to make my new page here be under my home page, I can drag it right here, and you see how it's changed a little bit. It's been indented. So now my navigation up here, when I hover, it becomes part of a drop-down menu. So if I want to do it if I want to make it like that, instead of having a whole bunch of tabs up here, which will happen as you add new pages, and I want them to organize them, this way you would just drag and drop underneath the page in which you want that to appear. Okay, so next thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is to add an image. So I'm going to go back to my insert. I'm going to click on images, and we have two different options. I can upload an image that's saved on my computer. We'll see what that looks like. So it opens up the files on my computer. Now I can take any picture that I have saved there, and it puts it right in there. The other thing is to go to select. So what this does, I can search the internet. I can look at my albums in Google Photos. I can find pictures that are in my Google Drive, or if I go by URL, I can find a picture from the internet, and that's not within my search or anything here, and I could paste the image address. So what I would do here, I would now open a new tab. Let's say I want to put a picture of dogs. Let's say I want to put this picture here. Okay, I would right click on here and I would say copy image address. And I would paste that address here. Now, not every time. Sometimes you get an error message, it's a bad link or for whatever reason. And if you see the preview right here, you see the picture here, that means it's a good link. And then I hit select, and that picture gets inputted into my site. Next thing we're going to take a look at is a couple ways to put in YouTube videos. So one way to do so is to scroll down here on my toolbar to where it says YouTube, and I can do a simple YouTube search, dogs, and I can choose any one of these here that I like, and that video is now on it will play in my site. When someone's looking at my site, all they have to do is click on the video and they watch the video within my site. The other way to do it is to actually go to YouTube and do your search for a specific video. And I will then copy the address for this video. And I'm going to go up here to embed. And I can paste that in here, paste that address. Once it pops up, there you go, hit insert. And now that video is also in my website. So 2 easy ways for you to get YouTube videos into a Google site. Next would be to insert files from Google Drive. So if you have a certain Google Docs, let's say for example you have a form you want kids to be able to download and print out. If you go to Docs, you can choose any of the docs you have saved in your Google Classroom, or I'm sorry, in your Google Drive. Double click on it, and then it becomes now curated on my site. And I could show as much or as little of it as I want. And those who come to the website, let's go ahead and preview it real quick. Can then be able to see this document on this site. And you can give people permission to view it, to copy it, to download it, however you like in that case. So the same thing can be done with slides, with sheets, forms, anything that you have saved in your drive. If you have other file types that are in your drive, it doesn't show up here, then you would go to right here from Drive and do a more in-depth search of Google Drive to find those files. The next thing we're going to take a look at is to add an editor. If you want someone to work on your website with you, the Add Edit button, editor button is right here. And you can add people through email, just like anything else with G Suite. And then they become an editor to your website. So, in a nutshell, is how to get started with the bare bones basics of Google Sites.